You are a space miner. Your father was a space miner, and his father before him. You come from a long line of great tradition, and now you've come to Mars to prove yourself, to maybe find the Super Motherload. Super Motherload is a board game that is based off of an indie video game of the same name. And this is a deck builder, which might surprise you because if you kind of look down here, you can see that, well, there's a board and you're actually going to be drilling tunnels through the depths of Mars, but you're going to be building a deck to do that. So let's take a look at how Super Motherload works before I tell you what I think about it. Super Motherload is a deck builder, but with a pretty cool set of 4 game boards. On your turn, you play cards to either drill or bomb your way through Martian sediment, collecting minerals and alien artifacts along the way. Let's look at the board. You start with level 1, going from the Martian surface and drilling deeper. These are minerals, worth different amounts of money when you mine them. This gives you a bomb token, because Martians apparently left active landmines all around. No good Martians. And these bones represent ancient artifacts. Mine one and you turn over and collect one of these artifact tokens. You can drill or bomb through dirt, but you can only bomb rocks. And you can only drill steel plates. Notice how the plates have different colored outlines. That's important. Let's check out the cards to see why. There are 4 types of cards: yellow, blue, red, and rainbow. On your turn, you have 2 actions, and you can do any of the following 3 things. Draw 2 cards, play a red card and spend a bomb token to bomb an area. See this shape at the bottom left of the card? That is the shape you can create with your bomb. Or you can drill, baby, drill. Play as many cards of the same color as you can. Rainbow can count as any color. Count up the numbers of drill icons in the top left. That's how many spaces you can drill in a straight line. Then gain any rewards from playing these cards. This one allows me to draw another card. Remember those steel plates? You can only drill through them by playing cards that match the color of the plate's outline. Every time you collect minerals, you place them in your marketplace. You have a set of 4 cards in each color, starting at $10, with the last card costing $25. Once you've placed enough minerals to buy a card, it's yours. You activate its immediate effect from buying it. This one allows me to put it directly into my hand instead of the discard. There are 3 major achievements each game, like be the first to buy 3 red and 3 rainbow cards, and minor achievements that refresh, such as drilling across 4 spaces in one action. All earn you victory points. The game ends when the final artifact on the 4th board is placed. Count up victory points. The winner will forever be known as the greatest driller in Martian history. There's no question that Super Motherload is a deck builder. I mean, it has a lot of the traditional elements that you find in a deck builder. You start with a small amount of cards that are relatively ineffective, and then you're building your way up to be able to purchase more and more expensive and helpful cards. But what makes it different is that you have a real board that is not just a placeholder, right? Marvel Legendary is a great deck building game, but you could technically play without the board and just, kind of know what the city is. It doesn't matter that much to the game itself. That's not the case with Super Motherload. This board is maybe more important actually than the deck of cards that you're gonna be building. And that definitely sets it apart from most deck builders, and that also weakens it a little bit. Deck building is just not at the premium. It's not the most important thing. You're not trying to build, and I think maybe you can't even properly build a slim, efficient deck. There's no way to get rid of cards from your deck, and honestly, even the quote-unquote junk cards that you would start with, they're still effective. Sometimes, all the cards that you start with only allow you to drill 1 space, which might seem useless, but honestly, there are a lot of times when the board starts to get really crowded where you might only be able to actually fit a drill spot in 1 space, and it's fine to play just that single card. It's not as detrimental to have those cards. There's no empty filler cards that you often see in deck builders that you're trying to somehow get out of your hand or that are making your draws worse. Where it really comes in is actually in your marketplace. So when I drill, Like let's say I get, a ruby and a diamond, right? And that's 15 points. That's quite a lot of money. I have to put those all on one of the cards on my marketplace. I can't split them up. And the thing is that if I have a 10 card that only costs 10, if I put all 15 on there, I lose the other 5. There's no change going back. So instead of thinking, okay, what's the absolute best card that I can have in my hand? I've got to get this card right now. You're actually thinking, okay, how do I put the money out so that I'm not wasting a single dollar? And that's not really as interesting to me as most deck builders are. It just takes a little bit away from what makes deck builders great. Now there is a lot of good things in this game. I love just how unique it is, right? This is a really, I think, fascinating game just in terms of how it lays out, the fact that you use this board, the way that you drill around, and also that everybody is sitting there trying to analyze what to do next. And there are some problems with that. For sure, you can have people who really get locked up on the game, who will spend a lot of time trying to figure out the perfect move, and that actually can make the game drag. So even though this game says it's 75 minutes on the box, I would say you can honestly play this game in under an hour if people move quickly in their turns. It's when people are just sitting there going back and forth about what to do and trying to figure out how to best, purchase cards and all this kind of stuff. That's when it starts to really slog down. So Super Motherload, I think, is a little bit hard to judge just in that, I want to feel like I'm judging a deck builder. And as a deck builder, it is not as good as Dominion. It is not as good as either Marvel Legendary or Alien Legendary. It's nowhere close to as good as Star Realm, but those games are really pure deck builders. This is something different. This is a board game mixed with a deck builder, and there aren't a lot of comparisons for that. So I don't love it, but I do really like it. It's not a game that I would go out and just say, you've got to buy it, but it's definitely one that I would be happy with if somebody wanted to bring it back out on the table. So that is Super Motherload. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so we can keep making awesome reviews just for you. That's right, just for you, the one person watching.